Hi, welcome to the quiz. You will be presented with multiple choice questions, each displayed on screen for a short time. Please make sure to attempt answering all the questions. Quizzes help us to reinforce our knowledge, identify areas where we need to focus more, and improve our overall performance. Taking quizzes can also help to increase retention and make the learning process more engaging and enjoyable. With that out of the way, you can answer along on quizalto.com. The exact URL of this quiz will be in the notes down below. Let's get started. Good luck. What is a key advantage of using AWS Direct Connect for organizations with high security requirements for data transfer to AWS? Shared connectivity for cost savings. Private connectivity for enhanced data security. Low-level encryption for faster data transfer speeds. Dynamic IP address allocation for flexible network access. What is the significance of AWS Direct Connect in hybrid cloud architectures? Managing IAM roles for S3 buckets. Automating database backups. Facilitating website hosting on EC2 instances. Enabling secure and high-performance connectivity between on-premises and AWS resources. What is the purpose of AWS Direct Connect Gateway? To simplify the connectivity between multiple virtual private clouds and on-premises networks. To load balance traffic across multiple AWS regions. To encrypt data in transit between on-premises locations. To provide monitoring and logging for network traffic. How can AWS Direct Connect help improve latency for connecting to AWS services? By reducing the need for data transfer. By providing a dedicated network connection with consistent performance. By using shared public internet connections. By increasing bandwidth capacity. How does AWS Direct Connect help organizations ensure data privacy and security during data transfer to AWS services? By providing a dedicated connection with private connectivity. By reducing encryption standards for faster communication. By increasing latency and data transfer delays. By sharing network resources with other organizations. What is the benefit of using AWS Direct Connect for IoT applications? Secure and reliable data transfer for IoT devices. Limited communication protocols for IoT devices. Complex data visualization tools. Automated IoT device provisioning. What is the advantage of using AWS Direct Connect for large-scale data migration? Minimizing CPU utilization in EC2 instances. Automating code deployment in Elastic Beanstalk. Managing billing and cost allocation. Ensuring secure and efficient data transfer to AWS. What is an advantage of using AWS Direct Connect over VPN connections for accessing AWS services? Higher level of encryption and security. Increased bandwidth and more consistent network performance. Easier setup and management. Lower cost and greater flexibility. How can AWS Direct Connect help improve application performance for latency-sensitive applications? By reducing network latency and jitter. By increasing server-side encryption. By deploying more EC2 instances. By using multiple VPN connections. What differentiates AWS Direct Connect from VPN connections in terms of network performance and reliability? AWS Direct Connect offers lower bandwidth capacity for higher data transfer costs. AWS Direct Connect provides dedicated connectivity with predictable latency. AWS Direct Connect uses public internet connections for data transfer. AWS Direct Connect is less secure and reliable than VPN connections. What is the benefit of using AWS Direct Connect over VPN connections? Reduced network costs and increased security. Automated scaling of resources. Faster internet speed for general browsing. Easier configuration of network policies. How does AWS Direct Connect provide a more secure option for data transfer to AWS compared to public internet connections? By providing a dedicated connection with private connectivity. By reducing encryption standards for faster communication. By sharing network resources with other organizations. By increasing latency and data transfer delays. What is the purpose of AWS Direct Connect? Establishing a dedicated network connection between on-premises data center and AWS. Hosting websites on AWS. Creating virtual private networks. Using serverless computing. What is the benefit of using AWS Direct Connect for hybrid cloud architectures? Improved performance and security. High data transfer costs. Limited connectivity options. Decreased scalability. What is a key feature of AWS Direct Connect that makes it a preferred choice for organizations looking to establish secure connections to AWS services? Shared network resources with flexible bandwidth options. Low-level encryption standards for faster communication. Higher network latency and data transfer delays. Private and dedicated connection with enhanced data security. What is the purpose of AWS Direct Connect virtual interfaces? To optimize query performance in Amazon Redshift. To scale EC2 instances automatically. To manage IAM policies for S3 buckets. To provide connectivity to specific VPCs within an AWS account. What is the purpose of the AWS Direct Connect Resiliency Toolkit? To automate software development processes. To help customers design and implement resilient network architectures. To provide advanced data analytics tools. To encrypt data at rest. In what scenario would AWS Direct Connect be preferred over using VPN connections for accessing AWS services? When cost is the primary consideration for connectivity. When a higher level of security is needed for data transfer. When consistent network performance and dedicated connectivity are required. When flexibility in network access is essential. Why is AWS Direct Connect recommended for organizations that require a dedicated connection with predictable latency to AWS services? To ensure consistent network performance and secure data transfer. To reduce encryption standards for faster communication. To increase data transfer latency for additional security measures. To share network resources with other organizations for cost savings. How does AWS Direct Connect differ from a typical internet connection to AWS? It offers free data transfer. It provides unlimited bandwidth. It is only available for government organizations. It provides a more consistent network performance. What does AWS Direct Connect enable users to do in terms of data transfer to AWS? Lower encryption standards for faster file transfers. Bypass the public internet and use a dedicated connection. Share network resources with other organizations. Increase data transfer latency for improved security. How does AWS Direct Connect help improve network performance for data transfer between on-premises infrastructure and AWS? By increasing data transfer latency for additional security. By reducing encryption standards for faster data transfer speeds. By bypassing the public internet and providing a dedicated connection. By using shared network resources with other organizations. What is the advantage of using AWS Direct Connect for high-bandwidth applications? Limited data transfer speeds. Complex network configuration requirements. Scalable bandwidth options and reduced network congestion. Increased data storage capacity. What is the advantage of using AWS Direct Connect for video streaming services? Automated content distribution. Unlimited video storage options. Slow video encoding processes. Low latency and high-quality video delivery. What is the advantage of using AWS Direct Connect for machine learning workloads? Automated machine learning model deployment. Limited machine learning algorithm support. High-speed data transfer and reduced latency for model training. Complex data preprocessing requirements. And that's a wrap. Thanks to everyone who participated. Remember, you can answer along on quizalto.com, where you can keep track of your progress and find much more quizzes. We hope you had a fun and challenging time. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.